Hey guys, welcome back to episode 3 of Built Construction's Parade Home here in Utah. We've got all of our siding rocket in and our homeowner is just ecstatic. Can't wait to get it put onto the house. We've got a couple things left to prepare before we can get it put on, but we've made some major advancements since our last video. Let's go take a look. On all of our exterior penetrations, we've got this cool stretch tape that's amazing. We're able to go all the way around and create an impermeable, watertight, airtight, bug-tight seal that's durable, it's gonna last, and it's just, it's amazing. It's way better than foam and caulk and whatever other guys use. Our exterior shell is all prepared and ready for our siding. We've got our zip system with our seam tape. We've got the liquid flash covering all of our nails to make sure our envelope is nice and wet and tight. All of our doors and windows are in, which are awesome. They're from Weather Shield. They're amazing doors. They're really heavy. It was really rough watching all of my guys install these while I sat back and watched, but they do a really good job. Our electricians make sure that everything they do, they get foamed and sealed so that we don't have any penetrations. Make sure our house is airtight, because if a house is airtight, that means it's also bug tight. We want to keep those bugs out of there. In this house, we've got a really cool detail. We've got our own rendition of Monopoly framing. So our sheeting goes all the way up to the roof sheeting, and then we'll seal that off to make a nice tight envelope. It's a technique that our buddy Matt Reisinger has taught us when we were down in Texas. Our front door is quite large. It's not the space of a standard door. It's actually the entire space of all the yellow. But we've got it framed in so that we can get the house insulated and drywalled and painted and everything. And at the very end, we'll get the door installed. But it takes up this entire space of this entry arch. Obviously, it's beautiful and it's very intricate, so we want to protect it and install it close to the end. We're here in the temporary storage facility of every home, which is the garage. It makes a great place to all of your materials to land until you're ready to install. We've got our 2-inch halo exterior insulation that's going to go on the outside of the entire home where we've got stone, add an extra blanket of insulation. And then we've got a floor drain that we placed into the garage floor so that the homeowners can wash their car in the winter, get all the soap and salt off, and keep them protected. A standard feature that we offer here at Built Construction is the rough-in for a garage heater. So every garage that we build, we have the exhaust flue, the gas, and the electrical so that it's ready for a garage heater. All you got to do is buy the unit and install it. Let's go look at some of the features inside. Right here, as we come in from the garage, is our mudroom. So there'll be lots of space here for lockers. You can store your clothes, boots, and shoes. A lot of fun wall space for cabinets. And then right off the mudroom, we'll come through here into the butler's pantry. This is going to be a really fun space, very unique. The first time I've ever seen some of the design details for this room. We're not going to disclose any of that right now, but make sure you come to the parade and take a look at it. Through the pantry, comes in here into the kitchen. A lot of big open space, nice big island, lots of fun features that are going on in here. And then here's our barreled ceilings that we've been working on for the last couple days. Here in our kitchen, we've got our hood vent. When you make a house that's really airtight and you're sucking air out, you've got to make a way for air to get back in. So over right here close to it, we've got a makeup air intake. So it pulls air from inside back into the ERV and furnace system, filters it, heats it, and then adds that air back in so you don't have any change in pressure. If we step in here to the bathroom, we see we don't have a fan up there, just a pipe. It's because all the bathrooms in the house and the kitchen have an ERV. So it's a fan that pulls all of the air back into a central filter all the time. So you'll never have any poop smells, never have any bathroom smells, because it's constantly running. You don't have to come in and turn anything on, it just goes. Helps keep the circulation in the house, helps fresh air everywhere, and it's a great feature for home health. The barrels that we've made for this ceiling in this house are made with a 6-foot radius. So we have a 3-foot crown that makes these beautiful barreled ceilings. We've got them framed and then sheeted so that it's easier and more fluid for the drywall, make it a perfect finish. We know this house is going to be around for over 100 years. And with changing owners and families and different needs, there's probably going to be changes in the house. We've accounted for that, and we put some pipes in that go down from our mechanical all the way up into the attic. So if anybody needs to add anything down the road, they have a perfect chase so they can get wires through instead of having to cut through drywall. This huge room is our homeowner's craft room. It's right in the very front of the house. It gets great light. She's going to be able to do all of her sewing, crafts, play with her kids, or just sit and read a book. But we've got a lot of wall treatments and design that's going in here. Shades and blinds and different trim on the wall. So we've strategically placed our HVAC, our outlets, and everything in here so that we can do all of our trim work and have it not run into a plug or a switch, have it nice and clean. Here in the master bathroom, we've got to get every detail perfect before we get any finishes in. We'll make sure we've got our heated floor element, our tub drain and water line placements, all of our venting and lighting is all prepped. And then as these are wall mount faucets, we've got to get those exactly where they're supposed to go so that once we get our cabinets and countertops in, they'll line up just right. Out here on our back patio, we've got this back line lined up for an outdoor barbecue grill and smoker. And they can come through here, be shaded and protected from the elements. We'll get our stairs coming in a couple months. And then we've ran a gas line in the floor so that we can have a little s'mores pit. We've got a little barbecuer that's going to sit down here so that they can sit with their kids and grandkids and make s'mores right off the house and at any time during the day. With all of our framing done, we are now ready for our siding. We've got lots of fun rock going on our posts and pillars and able to get safe access to the house. Our siding guys set up all their scaffolding and get it put in so that they can have access to everywhere on the house for all of our stone. If we look at the neighbor's home, we can see there's 3 plumbing pipes coming up through the roof. That's 3 points where the roof protective flashing has been compromised or cut for a penetration. That is a possibility of introducing water into the home. All right, well, don't tell my insurance company that I'm up here, or my wife for that matter, but I gotta show you these details. As you can see, the whole roof has been waterproofed in and we have no penetrations. We're minimizing the amount of water possibility of getting in, even on the other side of the roof and everywhere. So our only penetrations that we have coming through are in the tops of our 2 fake chimneys. We've got some pots that are gonna go on top of there that are really fancy and cool on both sides, but if we can keep all of our penetrations to one location, then the whole house is safe. If you look around in this neighborhood, all the roofs are true stone slate. So they're beautiful. We don't want to interrupt that with any kind of vent or pipe coming up through it. If we're spending the money and we've got this beautiful look, we want to preserve it. Working in the off season or during the winter can be hard and can be cold. So we do have a lot of heaters that help keep it so it's at a better temperature inside, but it does introduce a fire risk. So if you're ever going to have heaters in the house, make sure you've got fire extinguishers to keep the house safe. So down in the basement, you'll get to see a lot of the mechanicals. So we have all of our water lines and plumbing and electrical that go through this house, but we keep everything nice and straight. It's clean, it's organized, we know exactly where it is. We have videos of all this before we cover anything so that if anything ever goes wrong, we know where to look. We're gonna have a cycle right here towards our TV. We've got a treadmill going in, free weights, mirrors, all sorts of fun stuff that we put into the gym. Proper ventilation so we don't have stinky body smell getting throughout the house. We've got this all set up for a basement kitchenette. Got some really pretty countertops and cabinets going in right here with a invitation hood and some floating shelves. Again, carrying the continuous arches through the house. Each bedroom down here is an ensuite, meaning it's got its own bathroom. We've got all these piped and plumbed. All of our shower drains are ready, our shower valves, ready for all the drywall and den shield. Walking into our home theater, we've got an elevated platform that we've built where we'll have a bunch of recliners. We've built out some pop-out pillars for all of our lights, and each pillar is going to get a light and a speaker. Keep all of our speakers hidden inside the walls. We've got our central air conditioner. This is a mini split. This is a really cool piece of equipment. Usually mini split systems have a big piece of machinery It's like a big white box that sits on the side of a wall. We were able to get a beautiful ceiling mount unit that's going to get drywalled and painted to look in, so it'll be almost invisible. And it works as a humidifier, dehumidifier to control the air in here. It heats, it cools, it just makes your theater perfectly comfortable. And what's great is where our projector is going to sit up here in the ceiling. Projectors actually create quite a bit of heat. That heat will be able to be pulled back and flow towards our air handler, and that heat will be sucked up and redistributed or taken out of the room. This is our media box, so all of our lines come in here from around the house for all of our internet, our security system, and we can run our speakers to here throughout the house. Over on this side is all of our speaker wires that are going to our theater, so we'll have a controller here that does all the sound. We put all of you put your Blu-ray here, whatever you want to watch. A really important part about doing all your rough wiring is you don't want to have your low voltage wires that are controlling things like speakers, internet, and whatnot, to go along and follow high voltage. You'll get some resonance happening between the wires, and it'll cause static or interference. And so we keep all of our low voltage. These are our speaker wires. It has a white shield, so it looks like high voltage. But this is our high voltage that goes down to like our outlet. But we want to make sure that we stay away from those. You can cross them, but you don't ever want to run parallel with them. So we've done the same thing all the way up in here. All of our low voltage is falling on one side of the stud, and our high voltage is on the other side of the stud. As our theater was under the 2-car garage, we have excavated and have built a sauna relaxation spa room underneath the 3rd-car garage. We're currently working on framing down the ceiling in our sauna just to 8 feet instead of 10 feet. Helps our sauna equipment to not have to be so big to heat that big of a space. The open layout is really important, and it gets taken up a lot in the hallways. We've built all our hallways to be about 6 feet. I'm about 5'10", so a 6-foot opening in the main hallway in the basement. We still have 10-foot ceilings to make sure it still feels really open and inviting. Another guest bath here off the hallway, bedroom, and then a big storage room and mechanical. This could have been a bedroom if we added an access window or for egress, but they wanted to keep it as storage. And then these cold storages were actually originally in the plans sealed off, and they were just caps on the top. But we dug them all the way down because we needed to get to the sewer and utilities, and instead of just filling it in with dirt, we kept it open and just poured the concrete walls and added all this additional storage space. Right off the entry of the mechanical is this safe room. We've got a solid steel safe door that's going to go on right here, so you can keep all your personal safe. You keep your guns, firearms, documents, your jewelry, solid gold bars, and things that you usually have laying around the house. Big, nice, open mechanical room. Another storage underneath the front porch patio. We've got our radon pipes that we're going to go up and out of the house to keep radon gases in. It's an empty mechanical room because we've been able to put our furnaces in different rooms throughout the basement to be more efficient. And the reason I say that is because this right here was the original location of our furnace. And it was creating heated and cooled air, and it was sending it throughout the basement. Let me show you where it was sending it to. It started right here as the source, and it had to run ducting all the way along through the mechanical into this storage room, from the storage all the way over here to this wall. Then it had to go all the way along through this wall, through the bedroom, through the hall, bathroom, hall, to the final bedroom in order for its last run to be like 75 feet away. That's a lot of travel pipe that gets heated and cooled, and it was very inefficient. So we were able to use that little hall closet to fit the furnace that now just instead of having one 75-foot arm, it just comes out and it goes 20 feet this way and 35 feet this way. And it got rid of all that travel pipe. Again, one of the things I'm very proud of is how particular and organized we are with our trades. We let our plumbers get all their plumbing pipe in, our gas lines, our air ducting, electrical, all the 4 essential trades work together to use the space properly so that one guy isn't taking the space of the other. Usually you have issues where, you know, the plumber needs space, but the HVAC guy needs that same space. We coordinate everyone together and we figure out, okay, well, you know, who needs the space more, what's the best route to get everything so we can stay efficient. Oh no, I don't have a key. Tony, do we have a key down here? Tony, why'd you lock it? Get out, I'm stuck! Guess we're climbing out the window, Steve.
Visit a psychotherapist.
Look at our beautiful stamped concrete. We ordered about 25 yards of colored concrete. We stamped it, we textured it. Looked beautiful. And then the homeowner decided that she wanted to do pavers instead. So we decided we were gonna have more fun and chisel it all out and haul it out to the dumpsters and take it to the concrete recycling center. So it's currently still just road base and gravel, but it'll be beautiful once we get all the pavers in, unless she decides to go back to concrete. Some people say it's a little extreme to do all the taping and waterproofing and everything underneath covered decks and patios where it's not going to get any water anyways. And to them I say you can do your house that way, but we will flash and cover and waterproof everything in our houses.
Got the door open.
Fool! What'd you do?
And you turn this just a little bit so it wasn't unlocking for some reason. So I locked it and I just pulled it up again, unlocked it, and it came all out.
But if I pull up on it, like if I pull down, it will open, but if I pull up, it will lock it, won't it?
It will only lock when
it's closed?
When it's closed, or when, so now try to lock it, and it should lock. No, it's got another sensor.
Oh, it did the upper ones.
Oh.
Okay.
Sweet.
All right, well, we figured out how to use the door. I am not afraid to say that I don't know everything. I just know everybody who would need to know everything and call them. That's the trick, Steve.
Okay.
It's not knowing everything, it's knowing everyone. Because amongst everyone, somebody's going to have an answer. Thanks for coming along with us in this house at the 4-way stage, meaning finishing up electrical, plumbing, HVAC, and framing. It's probably my most favorite part of the house. It's where most of the changes happen. We've been doing lots of changes. The house is getting more and more complicated. However, once we get this all finished up and insulation and drywall on, from there it's usually smooth sailing until we get to like tile and trim and paint and all the rest of the other things. So thanks for coming, like and subscribe, and we'll see you at the next video.